Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Quickdraw, presented by Lone Star Championship Wrestling. I am your co-host, Abel Morales, and I'm sitting alongside my good friend, Colby Primo. Colby, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Everybody's doing great. Lone Star Championship Wrestling is doing great. We promised you a new beginning for Lone Star Championship Wrestling, and not only did we deliver, but fans, you delivered by packing the VFW in Cyprus. And we invite you to do it again on Friday, March 13th for Lone Star Championship Wrestling 46.
Yes, Lone Star Championship Wrestling 45 was a great event. I loved it, and the entire capacity crowd that was there loved it as well. And it ended in very interesting fashion.
In other words, all hell broke loose in the heavyweight division.
Yes.
We take you now to the end of the Lone Star heavyweight title match between the Texas Lion, Houston Carson, and Cowboy James Claxton.
Ray Rowe had one last thing to do before getting fired, and that's creating another matchup for the next event on March the 13th. He created a fatal four-way match for the Lone Star Championship between champion Houston Carson and James Claxton, Shane Taylor, and Steve Anthony.
Four of them.
Four of them.
Four of them. Not one, not two, but three opponents for the Houston Carson. By far the toughest challenge of his career.
Afterwards, Alex Del Barrio was able to catch up with champion Houston Carson backstage for an exclusive interview.
Houston, you've got a big match coming up in March, a fatal four-way match for that Lone Star Heavyweight Championship made by Ray Rowe. Your thoughts on that fatal four-way match?
The three toughest matches I've had in this promotion are against Steve Anthony, Shane Taylor, and Cowboy James Claxton. And on March 13th, I have to face all three of those men in a fatal four-way. Do you know what's going through my head right now?
No, this is what we're trying to find out. I mean, you don't even have a champion's advantage in a fatal four-way.
Exactly. I don't have to get pinned to lose this belt. And for every one of those matches, I trained my ass off. Do you imagine how hard I'll have to train for this? I'm going to have to fight tooth and nail in that gym. I'm going to have to do my cardio, eat my Wheaties, and do everything I can to keep this title around my waist. And on March 13th, even though I'm going to have to fight three of the toughest men in this state, you better believe your ass, the Texas Lion, will still be the champion. Stay brutal. Stay arrogant.
That's the Texas Lion, Houston Carson. Back to you guys.
One of his biggest challenges to date. He's going to need all the training and help he possibly can. But not just him. All of the competitors in that match need to make sure that their wrestling is going to be on point.
Absolutely. Nobody has an advantage going into this match. Anything can happen. But that's in the heavyweight division. Craziness has occurred in the tag team division. New Lone Star Tag Team Champions were crowned at Lone Star Championship Wrestling 45. The Sons of Texas,
yes.
Killer McKenzie and Moonshine Mantell with the absolutely out of his mind Mad Dog Ken Johnson at ringside. Defeated the team of Rudy Russo and David Super Duper on. But for their first title defense, they're not getting an easy draw. Two longtime favorites returning to Lone Star Championship Wrestling. Your favorite wrestler,
Big Daddy Yum Yum, Byron Wilcott.
will be teaming with Americos for the first time ever to take on the Sons of Texas.
Now, this is a pretty interesting matchup between Americos and Wilcott that might seem like a bit of an odd couple, but pairing them together, it would be interesting to see what exactly they could do and what they could do against a tall order of the Sons of Texas for the Lone Star Championship title, tag team titles.
Now, as far as the former champions, they will also be in action, but in singles competition. Rudy Russo will be facing the Empire's Golden Boy, Greg Anthony. And you know they have some history there.
The Empire, they're
Empire.
back.
They're back. David Super Duperon will be trying to replenish his supply of Lone Star Championship gold when he faces your girlfriend's favorite wrestler.
You gotta bring that up. You gotta bring that up again. My girlfriend's favorite wrestler. Okay.
Cherry Ramones, the juicy one, will be defending his title against David Super Duperon, who is aiming to become a 3-time Cruiserweight champion. Only a handful of competitors have ever held 3 championships, and Duperon's going for his 4th. Rudy Russo, a former tag team champion and 3-time Cruiserweight champion. Mike Dell, a former Triple Crown champion, and Barbie Hayden, a 3-time women's champion.
Speaking of Barbie Hayden, she also had a championship victory at this last event. She took on Tessa Blanchard in a great championship match. Barbie Hayden was on hand backstage. Alex Del Barrio was able to also get an interview with her immediately following her match.
Welcome back. We are backstage with the Lone Star Women's Champion, Barbie Hayden. Once again, another opponent goes down. You beat Tessa Blanchard in that ring tonight. Talk about the victory.
Well, first off, I tried to kick her out of my ring, and she kept trying to get back in, and we see how that landed for her. She lost. And I mean, it's not a surprise to me because I am a fighting champion, and Barbie Hayden does not lose.
So now that you've taken care of Tessa Blanchard, what's next for the Lone Star Women's Champion?
Well, I mean, first order of business would be me getting out of here, because as you can see, I'm already in my comfy clothes and I'm ready to go, and you're holding me up, so you can just stay tuned as to what I have coming next, okay? See you later.
We tried to warn you. She's mean. She's been champion for over 2 years, and success has clearly gone to her head.
I'd hate to say it, and I hate to see our lovable Barbie, everyone's favorite hometown girl, turn to the dark side, for lack of a better term, but it seems that's what's happening here.
Speaking of mean personalities, the saga between Prince Canu, Hambone,
Yes.
and now Chaz Taylor has taken a very, very serious tone.
Hambone had a seat ringside, looking like he was there to support his best friend Chaz. But what does he do? He stands up, folds up that chair, walks into the ring, and waffles him in the back of the head, costing Chaz the match and costing Chaz his freedom. Now Chaz is indentured to Prince Canu. Both Chaz and Hambone now are both royal property of Prince Canu.
Silky Baines and Luther Black, 2 guys who have been trained by Chaz Taylor, who trained alongside Hambone, who consider these guys family. And those 4 men will meet up in tag team action on March 13th.
So now, this all brings us to the second half of our double main event.
Former WWE star and host of the Art of Wrestling podcast, Colt Boom Boom Cabana, will be making his Lone Star debut, and we'll be taking on Matt Rivera. Now, fans have been waiting for a year, Abel especially, for somebody to shut the Empire up, and Matt Rivera in particular. Who better to try than one of the most prolific talkers in professional wrestling, Colt Cabana. More important than his skill with the microphone is his skill in the ring. And all that will be going down, all 6 matches. Lone Star Championship Wrestling 46, live Friday, March 13th at the VFW in Cypress, Texas. Tickets are going fast. Do not wait. You're not going to want to miss this event. Presented by our friends at Clutch City Productions.
Clutch City, Clutch City, Clutch City!
Kim's Corner Antiques, TransStar Credit Union, the Lost Boys Band, and Through Lens Photography. Catch us online at LoneStarWrestling.com, on Facebook at Facebook.com/Lone Star Championship Wrestling, and Twitter at LSC Wrestling.
Well, that's it for Quickdraw. Thank you so much for tuning in today, folks. We look forward to seeing you there at Lone Star Championship Wrestling number 46.